How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here with another exciting Pokemon Sun and Moon tips and tricks tutorial. On today's episode, we're going to show you guys exactly how to capture a Cyndaquil very early on in the game. So, if you guys are excited for the tutorial, definitely smash that like button and, of course, share the video with a friend. A couple prerequisites. You'll need to know how to access Island Scan. I've got a tutorial on my channel, which you can find by clicking in the top right corner or in the description below. Simply put, you go through and you scan 10 QR codes. You can do it once every 20 hours in the game. If you're on Melee Island at the beginning of the game, of course, and you have access to Route 3, you have a shot of accessing your Island Scan and allowing Cyndaquil to show up. That's going to be awesome for you guys. Especially you guys that started off with any starter besides Litten. Now you can go through and get a very, very powerful fire-type starter in the game to accompany your Rowlet or your Poplio. So anyway, let's head on over there. You have 1 hour from when you start the Island Scan to find the Island Scan Pokemon. So as you guys can see, we're going to go through and fly over to Route 3 over here. Of course, if you don't have access to the Charizard Ride Pager, then you could simply run over there or use your Tauros or however you can get to Route 3. Just simply head over there and have a good time finding him. He's relatively easy to find. There's only one patch of grass that you guys can search for in this area in Route 3, so keep that in mind. Now, of course, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you guys just a couple different ways of capturing him. Now, I like to use False Swipe, I like to use a status condition, and of course, I like using synchronizers now because it makes a little bit of a shortcut when it comes to breeding. So here we go. Cyndaquil showing up in the grass. Took me about maybe 3 attempts in the grass, and then he actually came out. So it was really fun. So I'm using Synchronize right now with my ability on Espeon, because my Espeon is a modest nature. So I'm hoping to pass that modest nature over to Cyndaquil. So simply by starting the battle off with your Synchronizer, you have a chance of that wild Pokemon becoming that exact same nature of your Synchronizer. So anyway, that's why I brought Espeon on board, and his modest nature has been like a blessing. It's been awesome. Of course, I use Klefki over here in order to paralyze said Pokemon. You can use anyone, and of course, the Thunder Wave move is a TM, so don't even worry about that. And now, of course, what we're going to do is we're going to switch on over to Decidueye, because he can learn the move False Swipe. You can also use Munchlax or anyone that has False Swipe. Now, keep in mind that's a TM as well. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty easy, because all it is going to take is 1 False Swipe just to get him all the way down to 1 HP. But, of course, you don't necessarily have to use False Swipe. You don't have to use any of these strategies. There's so many different strategies on catching Pokemon. This is what works for me. You can use a weak Pokemon and attack him multiple times to get his HP down. It doesn't matter, but I just want to make sure that you guys know that this is where Cyndaquil's at, and have a good time with it. Now, his HP bar looked a little big, so I'm like, alright, did he possibly survive it on like 2 HP? So I'm like, alright, well, we're just going to use 1 more False Swipe and then capture him from there. So here we have it. I've got Ultra Balls, and I was lucky enough to get a critical capture, which is super rare when that happens. So, hey, I got lucky with that. So critical capture is random. There's no way of, I guess, proccing it or making it happen. It's just random. And when you hear that whistle sound as the ball goes, you know it's going to be an automatic capture. So that's super cool. We got a Cyndaquil. I can't wait to see what nature we're going to get with it, and that's what I love doing. Like, I love finding out what nature, what kind of moves it has, just so that we can go through and breed a bunch of them. So here we go, a Cyndaquil 1 HP with the paralysis status. We did a good job capturing it. And now, of course, modest nature. So our synchronizer actually worked out. I've got a modest Cyndaquil that's going to turn into a very, very powerful Typhlosion. And I'm going to be pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go through and breed a bunch of these and possibly give them out to you guys during a future live stream. So make sure that you guys are subscribed so that you guys are aware of when that live stream is. The moves are pretty basic. His ability is pretty basic, but he's going to be a very awesome Pokemon for you, especially at the beginning of the game. And for those of you guys that grew up with the 2nd generation, you guys are going to love it. So anyway, hopefully this video helps you out. Now keep in mind that the Island Scan is a random chance that you'll get someone rare. So If you do it every single day, like visiting the island scan video that's linked in the description below, visit that every morning, just like I do, and go through and see who you'll find. It's going to be so fun. And of course, if you play even more islands and have more access to them, you'll have more variety of different island scan Pokemon. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know who you found with your island scan. And of course, if you guys have any other suggestions for tips and tricks videos, I'll totally make them. So other than that, go through, watch the tips and tricks playlist over here. Newest video on my channel there. And of course, my 100% Let's Play right over here. I'll talk to you guys in the next Pokemon Sun and Moon tips and tricks video. Take care.